So I want to talk a little bit about the coronavirus. Just walking a path where here in Michigan, all the trees are pretty much bare. It's like a Friday the 13th kind of video. I feel like there should be Friday the 13th music here, but in the Bible, whether you follow the Bible or not, there's a really good illustration of pruning that happens with trees and stuff that farmers do. They have to cut back. So when the trees are full, after a certain time, they've got to cut back the branches because they grow out of control. And that's a good thing, though it might not feel good for the tree at the moment. It keeps it alive and keeps other plants alive. And right now, with the coronavirus, it's something that is like a pruning for us, and that you can look at it as just really terrible and get depressed, and it isn't going to feel good, but you can take advantage of the circumstances for what it is, and thinking about all the good ways that we're trying to come together, and all the people trying to help out, minus the toilet paper issue. But so you could take advantage of your circumstances, and what I mean by that is that this is a great time to actually, we're forced to get away from distractions and all the busyness and the things we're doing. Amusement parks are closed, talk shows are canceling their programs. I mean, that's kind of hard. We all like our shows and stuff like that, but we have to do things that are positive for ourselves, because eventually sitting around in the house all day looking for ways to distract and entertain ourselves is going to run dry. So this is a good time to learn things like meditation and a spiritual practice, and reflect on our lives and what we want to do. And, even cleaning up around the house and getting things done that we normally don't get a chance to do is a good thing. Connecting with God in some way. Talking with God, praying to God, is a good thing to do. These are the times where we all want to be able to step back in our lives and assess things and de-stress. So don't let TV and all the news and all the over-analysis on what Trump did and what Trump didn't do and all the minuscule stuff, because I'm not pro-Trump either, but it's getting to an obsessive amount of stuff, and I guarantee you the guy isn't thinking that hard on what he's doing or saying. He just does what you need to do as well, to do you. And this is a time to get to be a better you by getting in touch with yourself. A lot of us in this country, thanks to media and culture and what they're trying to sell us and get us to buy, have a lot of self-hate. And we don't know why, because we never step back long enough to look at why we might not love ourselves as much. And this is a time to do that, to look at the reasons why we allow so much self-hate to drive us, to compare ourselves with other people, to hate other people, to envy so much that we don't appreciate what we have ourselves. Right now, we're lucky, or you're lucky, if you have a house, if you have insurance, if you have a doctor, if you have a job, because All these people in other countries that have suffered bombings and genocides and severe poverty never take that stuff for granted because they never have it. So we can assess through this trauma all the blessings we have and count them and value them and look forward to the future. How can we start a new future where we truly love ourselves and we truly are connected to God, and we have dreams and goals of what we would like to accomplish in our lives? This is the time to do it. And I pray that you do it and you're not just focused on the destruction, the trauma of what's happening during this kind of pruning that's going on across the whole world. The whole world is having to step back, not just you. And we're doing this to help others around us so that they don't contract the virus. You might think you're immune because you're young, healthy, or whatever, but other people might not. So we're like this tree, we're kind of cut off right at the quick, and we gotta not let it lay us flat and out and hopeless and desperate, but use this time wisely to forge a new and better path in our life, or to keep on the better path of our life that we are heading, and not let this stop us. So I hope you use the days ahead to do things that are valuable for you, and contact people in your family and people you haven't talked to in a long time that you always think, I'm gonna call them soon. I'm gonna get with them soon. And it's been 3, 4, 5 years. Maybe somebody that you're not really all that connected with anymore. Well, just think about it. Everybody's going to be struggling right now, just with the sheer fact of what's coming ahead and feeling lonely. And this might be a time where you can reach out and say, hey, I'm just checking on you. And it might open up a conversation or a connection that you wanted to have with that person. So there's a lot of ways that we can take advantage and keep ourselves encouraged. Because remember, this is a temporary circumstance. It's temporary. It's not going to last forever. So we can rise above our circumstances for a moment, for several moments, because we're going to have a long time to look at this, and look at our lives and look at what we're doing and what we want to be doing, and not letting the world and the media and all these distractions determine that we're just going to stay stuck in the same old rut we're always stuck in. So as we walk along and there's a bend in the road like this one, we go along with it and we try and forge ahead with a positive outlook and looking at the ways that we can become our best selves and a self connected to others, to God, and most importantly, with ourselves in a loving, compassionate way. Be sure you have compassionate conversations with yourselves, not beating yourself up, not getting into depression and bitterness and fear, but talk to yourself compassionately. Use compassionate self-talk right now. It's so important. We've got to value ourselves enough to do that. And we can become a better world, a better country, by loving others through loving ourselves. You can't give the love you want to give to others if you don't have it for yourself. You can't give what you don't have. So don't even beat yourself up about that. If you realize, oh my God, I don't have that much love to give because I don't really love myself. Don't beat yourself up about it. You just start. Anywhere with anything you realize that you don't have what you need, you just start with one step at a time. One little step, like this little tree, this little Groot. I am Groot. And that's how you begin. Talk to you soon.